Hey everybody, welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and today I'm coming to you from lovely Southern California, in Lake Forest, California actually. Actually just a couple of miles from where the latest wildfires are, but that's okay, I'm safe and we're all good here. But hey, I wanted to talk today about something that I think is very relevant. But before I do that, if this is your first time to the channel, please know that you are welcome here. I am so glad that you joined me today. This is a place for nerds, all right? So this is a place where we love to talk about things like TV shows, movies, games, toys, all things nerd, anything and everything in between, okay? And so if that's you, then you're in the right place. Also, hey, if this is your first time, will you consider hitting that subscribe button so that you can become part of this community of nerds. Also, hit that like button if you like the content that we put out. And as always, please leave a comment down in the comment section or follow me at Twitter at Enosh Music, or you can follow the channel itself at Poindexter Lounge with an X, or hashtag Poindexter Lounge. Now today we're talking about something that I think is very fitting for where I'm at, because today I'm at Saddleback Church in Lake Forest for a summit called Celebrate Recovery, the Faith Summit. And basically, Celebrate Recovery is an organization that reaches out to people with all kinds of hurts, habits, and hang-ups, okay? And so we've all got them. We've all got hurts, habits, and hang-ups and things that we've dealt with in our lives, whether it be drugs and alcohol, whether it be emotional issues, whether it be just anger or stress issues or codependency or any of those things. We all have something that we deal with, I think, on a daily basis. None of us have arrived and are just at a perfect place in our life. Life is a journey, and life is something that unfolds before us. Now that being said, people make mistakes. So today we are talking about James Gunn and these rumors that have come out, whether or not he may actually be talking to Warner Brothers and DC Pictures about doing a DC movie. Now, apparently in the past, he had talked to DC, and they had talked about him doing a movie, and as you all know, he's now written and directed 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies for Marvel, and was recently fired over about a few thousand tweets regarding things that people felt were inappropriate, some things that dealt with rape, and then also jokes about pedophilia and things like that. And I want to first of all say this: that kind of stuff disgusts me. All right, there's nothing funny about pedophilia. There's nothing funny about rape and the emotional scars that those things leave on children and adults alike. And I understand the outrage about the tweets. I understand the outrage, and I get actually why Disney pulled him from doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I understand it. But I also understand this: we make mistakes. My concerns with this whole thing have been, one, I want to see, he mentioned, James Gunn mentioned that this was a long time ago, that this is how he felt then, that, you know, he thought that those jokes were funny then, but he doesn't think that they are now. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that's a step in the right direction. And I think that that's something good for him to recognize those things about what he has said and what he tweeted. Would I like to see maybe a little bit more of an in-depth apology and explanation as to how he's arrived at where he is now? I think for somebody in the public eye like that, that would be a good thing. You know, the more that we see a kind of a repentive heart, I guess, I think the better. You know, but here's the thing: everybody's at a different place. But sometimes it's not good enough just to say, "Oh, that was me then. This is me now. I've changed." Well, what has happened that changed you? What has happened in your life that changed how you felt about those kind of things then as to now? I can't speak to that. James Gunn has to speak to that. None of us can be in the position to say how he feels about things and what happened in his life to change those things. So if he comes forward and says, "Look, I don't feel that way anymore," then we kind of have to just take it at face value, or you can just not believe him. That's your choice. Here's the thing: whether or not he should do a DC movie, I have 2 schools of thought, well, maybe 3 schools of thought, okay? So there's a side of me that is disgusted with his tweets and what he has said and what he did. So that side, yeah, sure, there's a reactionary part that goes, "No, Absolutely not. I don't want him near the characters and the people that I love, those things that I love. I don't want him associated with those things. I mean, what if he did a Superman movie? I'm a huge Superman fan, so how would I feel about that? There'd always kind of be that little bit of a cringe-worthy aspect of it. But that being said, there's another part of me that says, hey, we all make mistakes. And, you know, maybe the guy has changed. And if he has changed, I don't think we should just blacklist him and not have him do anything ever again. And that being said, there's a lot of people coming forward now in support of James Gunn, trying to get Disney even to rehire him, which it does not look like that's going to happen. So, from a business standpoint, and I say this from a business standpoint, and I feel weird about saying this, it makes me cringe kind of saying it. From a business standpoint, because of the outcry for James Gunn in this situation, it might actually be a good move, but it also could be a bad move. It could backfire with all the people who feel so strongly about James Gunn and look at him in a negative light. So there's no real easy answer for that. Like I said, I don't believe he should be blacklisted, but I would like to see a little bit more of a repentive heart, more than just saying, well, that was me then, this is me now. So here's the thing. He directed a couple of good movies. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't care about Guardians of the Galaxy at all until I saw that first movie, and now all of a sudden I'm into those characters. But I have to say this, just because I like something that somebody did does not excuse things that they've done that are absolutely reprehensible. And I know that it doesn't appear that he has ever acted on any kind of pedophilia or rape, but it's a concern for sure. When people joke and talk about things like that, it's definitely something that is in the back of your head about how people view life and how people view the world that we're in. But I will say this, given the fact that I'm at a place that we talk about at Celebrate Recovery, that God gives us second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh chances and millionth chances when we mess up. I know the mistakes that I've made in my life, and it'd be hard to be under a microscope of the world for every little joke that I told or every little thing that I said. And I have to look at it through those eyes because there are times where we say things that may be inappropriate. And that's not really our heart. You know, I've had people say things like that to me before, and stuff has come back to me about somebody was offended by something I said, and I didn't even mean it in the way that it came forward. But I just said it jokingly, or I got wrapped up in a time where people were joking around and said something inappropriate. And I have to repent of that, and I have to give account for that. Now, to what extent does James Gunn have to give an account? I don't know. That's not up for me to decide. That's up for the public to decide of whether or not they will accept what he does going forward. As for Warner Brothers, he's a good director. He's a decent director. I haven't really seen much of what he's done outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I did quite enjoy both of those movies, and I thought that they were well written, well executed movies. So as far as superheroes go, hey, if this was a situation where none of this had happened, I'd be all aboard and say, yes, absolutely get James Gunn to do this. So I have to give him the benefit of the doubt that if he has a repentive heart and he recognizes what he did is wrong, then I don't have a problem with him directing a DC movie based on his track record. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But I'm interested, what are your thoughts and opinions on this very controversial subject? Would you be in support of James Gunn actually directing a DC movie property? And then what movie would you like to see him direct? When I sit there and think of that, I don't know. Would I want Green Lantern? Would I want, when I think of kind of what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy, what other characters are there that you think that he would do well and lend itself to his expertise? Let me know down in the comment section or on Twitter, okay? Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett. Thank you for joining me today. And man, it is sunny and warm here in California. All right, look forward to getting home and to seeing you guys more often on these videos. Thanks for watching so much. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.